the craziest meals ever eaten on my 600 lb life. Yeah, I thought this video would be quite interesting because I used to be big. So when I watch these videos, it kind of like gives me that little like warning sign, like, yo, I don't want to go back. I think the highest weight I've ever been was 250, and I've just like never gone past that, never looked back. Been in the gym, eating right. So watching these videos, sometimes it makes me think like, damn, I could have been in a situation almost just like that. So thankfully, I'm not anymore. But
My 600-pound life, eat some of the craziest meals ever seen on TV. And in this video, we're going to break down the most insane, looking at the calories, cost, and more. Starting with
that's another thing too. They be buying mad food. I be wondering like, yo, who's like, where they work at? What job do y'all got that y'all could afford this? Like, y'all are y'all telecommuting, or y'all like some of these people? I don't even know, man. Do they get like a disability check or some shit for being like 600 pounds plus or something like that? Cause the amount of food that they be ordering sometimes just don't even make sense, bro. Like the price for it be a lot.
the man who was addicted to getting food deliveries. James's story was in season 10 of the show, and he weighs in at a staggering 625 pounds, which won't come as a surprise when you see what he orders in for his breakfast. Obviously, I'm not American, but from the order he places, it sounds like he's ordering from IHOP, and he shares how excited he gets when he orders food.
The amount of stuff that you could get is just crazy. So I get excited. It's like the Super Bowl. You can get whatever you want now. You understand?
He lists off his massive order of food, which is just an insane amount for an entire family, let alone one man. Some of these items have been removed from the IHOP menu, so we'll be going with the closest item currently on their menu.
All right, can I get the 2 slices of Steakhouse Premium Pancake? Can I get the Game Day Family Feast? Can I get the original French toast?
His first order of Steakhouse Premium Pancakes consists of 2 pancakes with smoked bacon pieces and caramel sauce, and he orders 2 of these. He then adds a Game Day.
Damn, that shit do look good though, but god damn. And the crazy thing is, I've been to IHOP a shitload of times, but I don't get that though. I just get regular pancakes though. Am I bugging? I've never tried all these extra like shits. I just get regular pancakes and like what, like chicken tenders or some shit like that. I don't know. I was a big bag too, but like I don't think I was ever that much of a big bag though. Like, you know.
Family feast, which consists of 8 pancakes, 8 bacon strips, 4 servings of scrambled eggs, hash browns, and 8 sausage links. And he isn't done yet. He orders some original French toast and finally 2 slices of ham. In total, this mammoth breakfast comes to $84 and around 7,500 calories. And he hasn't even brushed his teeth yet. It seems hard to believe that it totals this many calories, but seeing the amount of food on the table in front of him shows the reality of the
Bro, this is kind of crazy. I'm not even gonna lie.
situation. The most shocking part about this is that he actually finishes every single item he orders and still wants more.
So when breakfast is over, then I'm already thinking about lunch. I do get food.
Yeah, that's the scary part too. I don't know where that food be going sometimes, but when I was big, sometimes when I was at like 220, sometimes like you getting big too. So my pants wasn't fitting no more, my boxes wouldn't fit no more. So it's just like, bro, I don't know, man. Is this like I don't know. It's something weird about your stomach too. Sometimes it's just like, it's not even that you're burning off the food quickly. It's just like you so ready for like more. All you thinking about is the next food. Sometimes like your body don't know how to tell you to stop unless you really like get your mental right and tell it. Like you have to force your body to stop sometimes, and they're struggling with that.
Temporary. Then I'm already back on the phone, looking at what I'm gonna get for lunch.
Now, obviously, James needs to change his eating habits quickly if he wants to lose weight. In my newsletter, The Fat Loss, viewers with the sheer amount of eggs she uses every single day. Dolly Martinez is someone my subscribers already know all about, as I've just released a video calling her the most immature patient ever on the show, and for good reason, after she moved into a drug den to avoid Dr. Now. But her diet is somehow even more shocking than that. She lives with her best friend Cheyenne, who to be honest could also be a star on the show, and this means that they both indulge.
You're like, your homegirl could be a star too. Throw her in there too.
each other's bad habits. So when
That's not funny. This is a bad addiction. This is as bad as like being addicted to drugs. Food is a drug.
asked for 15 eggs for breakfast, Cheyenne didn't bat an eye.
What?
Obviously, egg prices are insane at the moment. 15 eggs for breakfast is that they both indulge each other's bad habits. So when Dolly asks for 15 eggs for breakfast,
15? 15?
Cheyenne didn't bat an eyelid. Obviously, egg prices are insane at the moment in America, with a dozen eggs costing around $5.50. So, on average, the amount of eggs alone probably cost her $7. To make matters worse, a single egg has around 70 calories in, and not even taking into account the oil she used for cooking, this is around 1,100 calories worth of egg. And she doesn't stop there, adding as much cheese as she could physically hold into her egg.
She on a ventilator, in a wheelchair, and all that. Like, come on, bro. Sometimes you just gotta like look at what you're dealing with at the moment and just be like, yo, bro, I need to relax. Some people don't have that in there. It's kind of fucked up, but I don't know. This is a coping mechanism for it. Sometimes it can be depressed or some shit too.
See, there's no exact number here as she just gets a fistful, but let's be generous and say that that's 500 grams of cheddar cheese, which would be yet another 2,000 calories, bringing breakfast to 3,100 calories.
The way that this guy talks is low-key hilarious though.
It should come at no surprise then that when she's finally weighed, the scales show a staggering number.
Sit down. We're gonna be going to room 5.
How did that happen? It's actually a lot more than I thought I was going to see. There's no way I gained that much. So that makes no sense. That's impossible unless my skill at home must be wrong.
Somehow Dolly thinks that her diet couldn't have brought her to that weight, and Dr. Now was quick to explain how dangerous her situation has become.
Alright, so
Another thing with these people, they know how dangerous that their thing is, but they know how dangerous their weight is. They're very aware of it. They just want the easier way to cut all that fat out. That's just a simple answer. Sometimes, not everybody, but sometimes people don't want to work out. They don't want to actually put in the work to getting the body that you want and to be healthy. They'd rather take a cheap route or like see this guy on TV and shit like that and be like, oh, he's like a miracle drug. He just, like, if I just be 600 or under, he could throw me in some surgery or whatever they do. You know what I mean? So they be looking at these people like a kind of a escape route or scapegoat. But I don't know, man.
593 pounds, and you're 5'2".
Yes, sir.
She's 5'2".
So your
She looks taller on camera.
BMI is 108. So that's a very high BMI. And your body is under a lot of strain because of that.
And just like Dolly, Maya's body was under a lot of strain too, caused by her addiction to fast food drive-thrus. Maya appeared in season 7 of the show and started her episode weighing over 600 pounds, and it's not hard to see how she got there. Because she's so large, despite being able to walk around and bathe herself, her boyfriend Christian needs to do pretty much
Like, to the point where you can't even take a shower. Like, come on, man. What are we doing?
everything else for her. This makes her attitude even more frustrating, as she lies to her boyfriend about where she goes during the day.
He doesn't know when I go to get food because I get dressed to go out and I tell him it's for errands. But it's a lie, because the only thing I'm going to do is eat.
Maya lies to her boyfriend so she doesn't feel judged and embarrassed about going to multiple drive-thrus. This may sound obvious, but I think it's quite clear that Christian knows she goes to the drive-thrus and just wants to keep the peace. In the car to the drive-thrus, Maya admits that sometimes she will go to 4 places in a row, which is more than most people will go to in an entire month, let alone in a single morning. Her first stop is McDonald's, and her order is mammoth.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but I didn't even want to be mean neither. Like, she's not lying to nobody. They know. Like, if you want to find her, go to all the local food spots. First stop, McDonald's. The nearest McDonald's, you'll find her over there. He just don't want to say nothing.
The least.
Can I get 2 sausage burritos, a bacon, egg, and cheese, and a sausage muffin with egg?
So, with her order of 2 sausage burritos, a bacon, egg, and cheese, and a sausage and egg muffin, this brings her calories to start her morning to around 1,200 and costs around $15. But this wasn't enough, and Maya isn't full yet.
There's no words for that feeling when you taste something you love. It's incredible. but it feels like that meal is gone in a second. So I move on to the next things I'm craving.
Next, she pulls up to the Arby's drive-thru and puts through another massive order.
Can I get a beef and cheddar sandwich?
It's still within the same day.
Jalapeno roast beef slider and your ultimate BLT sandwich.
With the beef and cheddar sandwich, a jalapeno roast beef slider, and an ultimate BLT sandwich, which by far has the most calories of any of her meals this morning, all confirmed, she digs in yet again. She decides to enter a spree of drive-thrus here, and finishes her morning having eaten 2,679 calories and having spent $31, which is probably enough to feed 2 or 3 people. I'm going to make a full video on Maya, as her addiction to food was so strong and her relationship with her family was made extremely difficult because of that. So make sure you listen to Dr. now and subscribe to my channel.
I encourage everybody to subscribe to the Craig's YouTube channel and enjoy the
Her a ridiculous amount of fast food.
What is this?
More brazen about hers.
Bethany?
She has her children bring her a ridiculous amount of fast food to binge on. Bethany's episode starts with her saying she hates her life and she's in constant misery. At 40 years old and over 600 pounds, she needs her 10-year-old daughter to help her get ready for the day. She has another 18-year-old.
Right, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. We can't be doing that. We cannot be doing that.
that does cook for her, and she does start by cooking her mother a breakfast of 3 eggs and some toast. This is just a normal breakfast and obviously isn't too crazy. However, Bethany gets hungry during the making of this breakfast, so has a muffin and a bun and a packet of what looks like crackers before she has her breakfast. This is pretty tame as
Yeah, low-key, I've done that a couple times when I was big and husky too. I've done that, so I was guilty of that. Low-key.
600-pound life breakfast go though. And the real shocking meal comes later into her episode, as she orders a pizza feast, all for herself. When her daughters arrive home from school, they order a meal consisting of 2 pizzas and a massive box of multiple slices of garlic bread. I try to find the specific restaurant, but not being from America and my knowledge of the fast food chains over there being limited, we have to make some assumptions here. So it looks like 2 large mushroom and pepper pizzas, which would have around 3,000 to 4,000 calories in total. But what really takes the cake is the massive box of cheesy garlic bread she orders for basically all herself.
That's when food became this thing in life, like it is now, where I have to have it.
At my count, there's 15 slices there, and at minimum 350 calories per slice, that totals up to 5,250 calories just on garlic bread.
Damn. Like, when they break all this down, that shit is kind of fucking, like, that's kind of, like, ridiculous. That's crazy.
She does give a couple of slices of pizza and a slice of garlic bread to her daughters, but not too much. And it looks like it's safe to assume
And you stingy? Damn, man, that's kind of tough.
that she ate no less than 8,000 calories in this one meal. She does leave the crusts though, so maybe she saved some calories there.
The only thing that could help me escape it was food, so I was just eating my way through life at that time and gaining. So I put on another 100 pounds after that and got up to the 400s by the time I was 15.
Now, like Maya before Bethany, Karina also tries to hide her food habit, but in a very different way. Featuring in season 6 of the show, and much like the other stars, her first thought every morning is that she survived the night. Her following thought is wondering what she's going to have for breakfast, which is the sad reality of living with a deep food addiction. She lives with her parents, and the only time she leaves the house is to the grocery store with them, while being carried in the back of their people carrier. But she only does this so she knows her parents are going to buy what she wants from the store.
My parents have to drive me, and I sit in the back of the van on the floor, so they literally had to floor the.
Yeah, bro, if you're at a point where we have to wheelchair you and you have to get pushed into a van, into the back of the van to make your daily movements, I don't know. I think we need to start raising some questions if the people around these types of people actually love them. Because how can you love someone and you're letting them eat themselves to death like this? Because if I'm not wrong, some people on this my 600-pound life have died before. That's facts. Some people have lost the weight actually fought back and done better for themselves. But some people, they couldn't fight the addiction, kept eating and eating and eating and eating and eating and eating, and then sadly, like, pass away, have a heart attack or something like that. It's sad.
The van down, put a blanket on the floor.
As she's wheeled around the store, her parents do not question anything she wants. Ice cream, chips, cakes, and more, with nothing being off limits. Even though her parents don't question her meals and know she eats a massive amount of food, she still...
My God, that should be looking good though. But it's just like, bro, just have some self-control. Like, you could eat all that sometimes, but it's just like, you can't eat like a million of it within like freaking 10 minutes, bro. You can't have 9 freaking slices of pizza within like 2 hours. Like, come on, man. Like, yeah, you gotta have some type of self-control.
To hide her addiction. When her parents leave for the evening and go to dinner, Karina allows herself to order even more food.
I have 2 medium pizzas with pepperoni and sausage, 1 order of cheese sticks, 24 honey chipotle wings, and the double chocolate chip brownie.
Delivery or carry out?
This will be for delivery. Thank you.
When the food arrives and is laid out on the bed, Karina rubs her hands together as she looks at the mountain of food in front of her. Starting with the medium pizzas, they probably have at minimum 2,500 calories in them each. And I'm not sure what restaurant she got them from, but if we go off the Papa John's menu, those 24 wings will have another 2,500 calories in them, the majority of the calories coming from the sauce they are in. She tops the meal off with a brownie, with one square having 250 calories, so another 2,250 calories there, and a garlic bread, which is at minimum 1,000 calories. So in this absolute feast, she will devour around 8,250 calories, which explains how her weight has ballooned to this size, and has now meant that her bed needs to be held up with cinder blocks.
It makes me feel warm and good inside, if only for a short while.
This kid, like,
With cinder blocks.
It makes me
what?
feel warm.
Her weight has ballooned to this size, and has now meant that her bed needs to be held up.
Oh, man. What with blocks is crazy. But she still got money for food though, hey.
Cinder blocks.
It makes me feel warm and good inside, if only for a short while. But I'm afraid that one day I'm just gonna need too much. I'm probably gonna die from a heart attack, or I'm gonna suffocate. But I can't stop myself.
This somehow wasn't as big as the next patient's meal though, which actually was so large it made headlines in the news. In season 11 of the show, we met Chris, whose legs are so fat that they push against each other, meaning he can barely stand up. Despite this, he can take care of himself and do most daily tasks, which includes making his own breakfast.
My weight makes it challenging to cook the kind of breakfast
Damn. Nigga cooked the whole bag of bacon.
I want. Because of the weight and the fat in between my legs, I can't stand up straight, so they're constantly pushing apart, which makes it really uncomfortable to stand in the kitchen for a long period of time, so I actually have to sit on a cooler that I sit on when I cook.
This is the scene which made headlines and led to comments such as, "This is my food for an entire week." And honestly, it isn't an exaggeration. Now, it's pretty impossible to track the calories of this meal, as he just has a pan full of bacon. Another massive...
I just said that. My son got a whole pot full of bacon. That's the whole bag right there.
full of scrambled eggs, sausages in the oven, and of course cheese to melt on top. Chris puts all of these ingredients into a breakfast burrito, of which he makes 12. 12 whole breakfast burritos smothered in sauce.
I make the meal with my stomach, not with my brain, so I have a really big meal, and when I start eating, as soon as I hit that first bite, I eat it all. I call it going red. I can't stop.
He doesn't even take these burritos to a table and prefers to eat them at the kitchen bench to allow him to devour them quicker. Although Chris didn't eat a healthy meal, at least he made an effort to cook his food, which can't be said about Holly, who decided on the day before her weigh-in at the doctor's office she would order a greasy Chinese meal. Now, there's not really an insane amount of food here. Well, maybe it is for the average person, but the real craziness comes from the timing of her decision to get this Chinese food, which is obviously extremely high in fat, oil, and salt.
Yeah, that's just extremely bad. To do that, you just don't even give a fuck, really.
just moved in. We're not really set up to cook. So we're ordering delivery from places.
Oh yeah, I remember that. And she thought that it would be like healthy and shit like that. This was a couple years ago. I think this season came out or whatever it was from.
Here a lot until we can get some pots and pans and stuff to cook with.
Yeah, that was the excuse. They didn't have no pots and pans and shit like that, and they like got like what a whole bunch of what is this like? I don't know Chinese food like that other than like what pork fried rice and chicken wings, but they got some broccoli and shit. Thought it was gonna be okay, and then like not realizing it still contains a lot of grease. So
he's gonna look for a job tomorrow, and he'll get all that while he's out, and we can start prepping healthy meals.
Holly uses the excuse that she's just moved into her home and she can't afford pots and pans. But looking at the size of her Chinese order, surely that could have been swapped for something healthy and bought some pans to cook with. So she has a massive Chinese meal on a night, knowing full well in the morning she's going for her weigh-in with the doctor, in which she has a goal to lose 50 pounds, and that goes about as well as you're expecting.
I'm really upset, and I don't understand why my progress isn't that good. So I'm shocked and confused and nervous to hear what Dr. Now is going to say.
She doesn't lose as much weight as Dr. Now was expecting, which caused him to question why she values food and chocolate.
yeah, I guess I'm gonna just leave it off there and let me know what you guys think about this video.